Yo, what's up everyone? I hope you enjoyed the intro clips and the build showcase. Now we come to the important stuff. So, what is going to happen if we blow up the Apollo? Let's find out. There's like a lot of important stuff around the Apollo and it's right on top. So we want to see what will happen. I'm gonna one tickle, so the effect is shown. 460 yellow and 500 white. So as you can see, I mean, the Colossus is obviously damaged since it's right behind, but it's still alive, so it doesn't matter. Then we will see the punnies. Are the punnies damaged? My punnies have 440 Euro since they are fused. You saw it was 403 was one tick and it was still there. And the next one blew it off, so it's definitely still flawless, which means the other one's flawless as well. 396 and it was still there. So that's fine. The punnies are still flawless. The Colossus got damaged and some parts around it were blown off, as you can see on the button of the build. Cab Endura, let's test that as well. $826 is left, so the Apollo pop did a little bit under 500 yellow damage, which is not a big of a deal because the Apollo itself has 360 Euro, so it did like a good 130 extra cabin damage. So it's a little bit more than if you would have just shot the cabin. Yeah, so the Apollo pop is proved. Also on the side, there's 7 pins towards the sides of the build. So if you would shoot, I'm gonna test it as well for you guys. If you shoot it with a Scorpion, the Apollo won't pop in one shot. Let's test it. Yeah, it's still there. So another part in the front, there's the 7-pin rule. If you haven't heard about it yet, it's basically in between shoot-through parts, since shoot-through parts, as you can see on the right side, 90% with the feature. That means that 90% of the damage passes through, but it only passes through 6 more blocks, 7 more blocks after the entry point. So if it entries here, it's gonna pass through 7 more blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the damage ends. It just stops. The damage is just gone. And the part in the front, like the shoot-through part, only absorbs 10% of the damage. This is why these parts are so ridiculously effective, because this weighs 43 kilos and it has an effective durability of 380. How can we test it? I'm gonna show it to you by moving this side 1 block forward. And we leave the other side the same. As you can see, this is also a shoot-through part, 90%, 90%. Let's test it. So we shoot this part, 6 damage. 6 damage per tick. 5 to 6. And now it's gone. So now you will do 2 damage. Other than fully on the top, because you see this part behind gets damaged as well. But on the other side, we still have the 7 pins, yeah? We didn't move the part 1 block forward. It does 3 damage per tick. That's why it's so good. And then from this part to the other piece of armor, it's the same thing. It's the same principle, 7 parts. Yeah, so this is why we have it like that. It never does 6 damage. It only does it if you put it 1 block forward. That's the 7-pin rule, and this part behind the build, no, underneath the build, is against yokais. It won't like do a lot, but it does a little bit. It helps a little bit. But what you also might want to do though is remove these frames for heavy frames, because the light 6x4s will get one-shotted by by Scorpion shots, As you can see, the frames also have the feature of letting 90% of the damage through, so you can multiply the 42 by 10, which gives it 420 durability, but a Scorpion Shot has 560 damage. So if you change these for the heavy 6x4s, it will withstand a double Scorpion Shot. If you do that though, you need to get rid of a little bit of weight. I would suggest putting away the power slide. I only haven't changed it to heavy frames yet because on PlayStation there's not really a lot of Scorpion players, so that's why it's still like very safe. And I mean, you could do something like that and it's already fixed. I mean, you can put another part in front here if you want to. There's 2 parts free and you still have 43 kilograms free. If you do 44, it will end on the exact number of tonnage, but then it will go in the orange. So you want to do it 1 kilogram before the end tonnage. Why is it on Kami? Because it's very good against dogs and also against Destructor and against Mastodon. Destructor arguably, in my opinion, is the only real counter against Punishers. If you use a Destructor, you the Punny in a 1v1. And yeah, that's it about the build. Let's move it back. Alright, that is the usual build. And also with the Kami, you are going 95 kilometers per hour while being able to use a Colossus. If you would use a Beholder cabin, you would need an Oppressor, for example, to go towards 95 kilometers per hour. With a Beholder and the Colossus, you only fly 85 kilometers per hour with blue hovers. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and drop a like if you enjoy. Bye bye. See you in the next stream.